Hey everyone, Wydeck welcoming you to Game 3 of a Best of 5 series from the final of the 187th edition of the Zotac Cup. And this time on Yeonsu, we've got spawning in the top right as this, I don't know, pinkish purple, light purple Zerg. Representing Team Acer and Canada, we have Scarlett. And Scarlett's opponent is spawning in the bottom left as the orange Protoss, representing Planet Key Dynamics, and hailing from Germany, we have Gungfubanda. And if you've seen the previous cast, you will know that the series is tied 1-1 currently. Gungfubanda took a very fast game 1 with a 2 gateway proxy rush, and it looks like after losing the second game in a macro intensive game, it looks like he's going to be doing what worked in game 1. If it's not broken, don't fix it is the motto, and I think this might work out very well for Gungfubanda, because I think obviously Scarlett is one of the best non-Korean players in the world, and Gungfubanda just wants to try and win it as fast as possible. Game 2 was quite an onslaught by Scarlett, and so in game 1 Gungfubanda did use this strategy and it did work. Now in game 2 it was Frost, though it was a 4-player map, so it's difficult to proxy your opponent when you have to scout first, but on this map 2 players, 2 locations is a lot easier. Now Scarlett is looking around with that drone to see if there are some pylons around in her base. The main base area has a large area. And this time, Scarlett, compared to game 1, is going for the spawning pool first instead of hatchery first. So Scarlett might have some defenses ready for when Gungfubanda is going to be setting in those zealots. The first zealot is almost finished warping in. And Scarlett's spawning pool is now finished, and we do have a couple Zerglings coming out soon from this egg. Now remember, as a Zerg player, you do need a lot of larvae, and unfortunately it looks like there's not a lot of larvae available to Scarlett. All her larvae is being used to produce Zerglings, and it looks like, okay, the Zealot has been spotted by Scarlett, so Scarlett knows exactly what is happening here. And I think the key here for Scarlett is to hold on until her second hatchery is finished, and then she will be able to actually produce a lot of Zerglings from that additional egg production. But until then, it's going to be difficult to hold on. We already have 3 zealots and a probe. The probe might get shot down here by the queen. Yes, the queen is going to be able to help shoot down that probe, but there are still 3 zealots harassing this main base area. And Scarlett is going 100% full-time production into Zerglings. And now that second hatchery is up, so more Zerglings are going to be able to be produced by Scarlett to counter this very heavy zealot rush. We have 6 zealots here, 2 more on the way. Scarlett's army is not that large, only 9 Zerglings and 2 queens. And we have a spine crawler in the back as well. And I think once that spine crawler finishes, if it does, then Scarlett will be in a great position to defend against his attack. Now it looks like Scarlett is going to be able to chew away at these zealots. The first zealot is in the deep red. The great micro by Gungfubanda, but unfortunately the zealot does fall anyways. A lot of the drones are taking a lot of fire as well. The zealots are chopping away at that spine crawler. The spine crawler is not going to finish. In fact, it is going to get a cancel. At least the resources will go back to Scarlett. But now it looks like one of the queens is in the deep red. It is going to get chopped away. And with 5 zealots in the main base, 4 zealots, excuse me, the drones and Zerglings are going to have to relocate to that natural. And zealots are still being pumped out of both of those gateways. So even transferring those drones is not going to necessarily help Scarlett that much. Scarlett does have this 1 queen here, but it is getting focused down on by 3 zealots, chopping away with its side blades. Now 1 zealot over to the left is going to get trapped by all the Zerglings, so 1 zealot will fall, and once again the drones have to withdraw from this area, and the drones and Zerglings are trying to hold off the 4 zealots, but it is not working. At the same time, we do have 2 Zerglings sent to Gungfubanda's probe line, but the probe should be able to make quick work of the Zerglings. Yes, the Zerglings are going to fall down very easily. And now it looks like Scarlett is in a very tough position. The drones are constantly being pulled off the mineral line. Scarlett is trying to do everything she can to get those drones away. But when the drones are moving, that means There is no mineral production. So this may be a sort of base trade situation. It looks like Scarlett is going to send all her Zerglings to that probe line. This is not a bad idea. Sending the drones as well. Not a bad idea. Just going to do some economic damage to Gungfubanda. Now, the supplies are 2-1 in favor of our Protoss player, but the drones are going to, the probes, a few of them are going to fall here. And it looks like the Zerglings are going to be able to do some damage to the base of Gungfubanda. So now we're going to have a Zealot versus Zergling race. This is interesting. And neither player has enough minerals to build a new base. But it looks like Gungfubanda should have the upper hand here. He has quite a few probes and 3 Zealots rushing back to defend his Nexus. And he has Zealots chopping away at those hatcheries as well. So Scarlett doesn't have a lot of choices now. And now Scarlett is retreating from that main base. And Gungfubanda is going to be able to mine minerals once again and produce even more Zealots. So I think this is highly problematic for Scarlett. I don't think Scarlett can come back from this very precarious situation. And it looks like it's just a game, not a good game. Scarlett is going to tap out. So Gungfubanda once again using the proxy strategy on a 2-player map to defeat his opponent quickly. Less than 9 minutes in this game in total. So Gungfubanda is going to take a 2-1 series lead in this best of 5. Interesting. So Gungfubanda is going to be on match point. We'll have to see in Game 4 if Gungfubanda can close it out or if Scarlett can force a deciding Game 5.